the odd-even report card. We're trying to analyze, has the Delhi government's contentious, I won't use the word controversial anymore, contentious scheme on odd car rationing actually worked on the ground? I want to raise one question. Has it worked politically? This girl has a question. Yes, ma'am.
My question to you is, why this has been started from 1st January to 15 January? Schools are already closed. From as ma'am said, there is only 1% of the changes has been there. Why from 1st January to 15th only? Why not from 15th to 31st? There has been more traffic, more pollution over there. Then you could have a reality check whether this would have.
So you're saying it is not a reality check because the schools are closed?
Yes, sir.
You know, Ashutosh,
have been closed by the
Ashutosh, you all were very clever. Aam Aadmi Party, you cannot deny how clever you have been. You closed the schools. You said no school buses. Those school buses will be used for public transport. Therefore, you were able to control the environment. You will not be able to do that 365 days of the year.
Rajdeep, what is the most important thing? Most important thing is the mindset change. Are we ready to change our mind? Are we ready to go to another zone? That's the fundamental question, and on that point, Delhi government has succeeded. When
have we changed our minds? Has the public mind, Janta ki mind change hui hai? Is pollution top of your mind? Yes? Yes or no? And yes. It's a divided.
No,
yes.
Let me answer this to her question. One very important point is that globally, when emergency action is taken, schools are shut. The first emergency response to an emergency pollution level is don't allow kids to go out and play.
So you believe that Delhi has reached that emergency state, which is why this emergency measure was required?
It's a number one polluted state in the entire world, in city. I was just trying to tell you about the Singapore model. Singapore, there is a car permit system. There is also a site permit system. There are 32 points has been made in Singapore. If you have to enter in those areas, you have to pay more. That's a way to discourage vehicular movement in the city. There are so many things, like in Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo started with once
So you're saying you will do all that? I come back to it. You will do all that. You will do what a Singapore does. You believe Delhi can do what a Singapore does?
What Singapore has done, not necessarily Delhi will do. We have to suit to the local realities of the Delhi, and accordingly the model will be made.
Okay. Let me ask some more questions to this audience. Yes, the gentleman here. Take a mic and ask your question. Give him the mic. Yes.
Sir, every Delhiite wants a car, and we know as the per capita income is on rise, more demand is there in the Delhi. So why can't your party can pass a law that all these auto manufacturers will make only the cars that work on CNG engine? That will not only solve the safety problem also, because
that's a good question. Along with that, I want to ask this audience: how many of you, कितने लोग इस audience में जो समझते हैं गाड़ी मिल गई तो it is a status symbol? कितने लोग हैं जो गाड़ी चलाते हैं या गाड़ी चाहते हैं? सच बताइए. Does everybody in Delhi want a car or not? Yes, everybody in Delhi wants a car. सबको गाड़ी की जरूरत होती है. Status symbol है. So you see, car is a status symbol, and as this young man puts it, why not put a restriction on all the auto manufacturers? If you are going to produce a car, it has to be pollution friendly.
Yes.
Is that possible? Is that possible?
That's a way forward.
Is that possible, ma'am?
No. I would suggest any carbon-based fuel, if you burn, it is going to pollute. Even CNG we consider green. At that time, pollution was more, but then particulate numbers, fine particulate numbers are higher in CNG. So we have to, alternative fuels, we have to plan for zero emission vehicles like electrical.
Is it possible to start moving towards that? Yes or no?
Yes, there are research going on.
It's possible to move towards cleaner and pollution-free vehicles. We need the roadmap right now. It is absolutely atrocious. No, it's not acceptable that today the automobile industry does not have the next target to improve its vehicle technology and fuel quality.
Right. Yes.
Can we have a battery-driven cars? Can we have electricity-driven cars? Can we have a electricity scooters? Replace all the petrol and the diesel kind of things. Just have electricity. These are the things which will not happen in a year's time.
This is about the future. Are you ready to look at a future where people need to think out of the box? Let's give credit to the Aam Aadmi Party for one thing. They have at least made an attempt to think out of the box. Whether it has worked or not, that will be judged in the days ahead. but at least will you give them credit for thinking out of the box कि कुछ नया तो सोचा है which has led to this debate.
Mr. Kejriwal is a Madari and the public are monkey.
I object these kind of
He
language.
makes-
No, seriously, I really object these kind of language. He has a right to speak, but he should restrain himself. He should not be using
Mr.
these language.
Ashutosh,
No, I object.
I object to
I
your-
very strongly object.
And I
sir.
strongly object
no,
to your
I'm
nonsense.
not calling you Madari.
No,
I'm not calling
no,
you Madari.
I know what
no,
you
I'm
called
not
me.
calling. This
No,
is not,
I know.
This is not the way.
You be quiet.
No, sir.
I
no,
was
sir.
speaking.
I strongly object this.
You keep on objecting.
This is I'm
Keep on
objectionable.
objecting.
You can't say something like
I
that.
will.
No,
Madari
sir.
hai. I will say Madari.
You
I
can't
will
say something like this.
तुम्हारे चिल्लाने से होगा?
No, you can't say
No,
something
I know
like
you.
No, you cannot.
And you will not.
You cannot cast
okay,
us
one
for
minute.
it.
will not. I will
No, sir.
cast. I
Okay,
will
1
cast.
minute. Justice Kajju,
Okay.
Ashutosh.
I was
1 minute,
talking.
1
You
minute,
have no
please.
right to interrupt.
Sir,
No,
1 minute.
you can't-
Sir,
you
1
can't-
minute.
I will.
No, sir.
I will.
Rajiv,
No,
I request
okay.
you.
I will.
I
Justice,
request you, please,
I
please
will.
delete
1
these
minute,
words.
1 minute.
Okay.
1 minute, one.
No,
Bhai
no, no.
Sahab. एक minute, एक minute.
I've been patiently listening to him.
जब ये बोल रहे थे
I've
मैंने
been
interrupt नहीं
patiently
किया.
listening to him.
When he was talking,
He
I
has
was
been
not
abusive.
interrupting. I will.
अच्छा, okay,
I
बस.
will.
He has been abusive.
I will.
बस.
I will.
Justice Kajju, may I request you? Ashutosh, may I request you? At the end of the day, this is a TV program where I think, Justice Kajju, I think using word like Madari, you may believe that he is a Madari, but I think our focus has been on the odd-even scheme. It is not on an individual whether he is Madari or not. That is for the voter to decide whether he is Madari and vote for him or not. My simple point.
He cannot take out his frustration on others.
1 minute.
I will.
1 minute.
I will. क्या
One
करोगे?
minute.
क्या करोगे?
ये कोई मतलब नहीं।
नहीं करेंगे।
I have been
अच्छा,
respectful.
करेंगे। नहीं, I
I've
don't
been
respect you.
respectful to
No,
you.
I don't respect you.
I have
Okay.
been respectful to
I
you.
don't need your
You
respect.
better be respectful.
I will not.
You better be
I will
respectful.
not. क्या करोगे?
जनता बताए. No personal use of like, right? Okay. No personal.
I did not interrupt him when he was
Done.
talking.
Be respectful.
I will not.
Okay.
क्या करोगे?
Sir, Justice Kajju, just a minute. I'm going to go right round the table because I think at the end of the day, we have dealt with a serious issue. And whether you believe someone is a Madari or stunt is entirely your view. But I think we want to know, I think the Janta wants to know what is the future in terms of the odd-even report and in terms of pollution.
Everybody has to, government, people, we have to, together
What is
we
your
have
next
to.
big solution?
So we have to take, like, personally, I'll request people, they have to maintain their vehicles. Then government, they have to take many, this like staggering work hours, simple solutions are there.
That's a
Then-
good solution, staggering work hours. How many of you are ready for that? Ki some people will work from 7 to 5, others will work from 10 to 7. It's a good idea? Okay, go ahead, yes.
Then staggering of work, there's then overloading of trucks, and then we have to control that because we have done studies and we have found that about 20% overloading, fuel consumption and pollution increases rapidly. Then we have to start planning for
Okay,
future
I-
alternative fuels apart from carbon-based fuel like
Okay.
electrical, hydrogen fuels and all. There are
Okay.
research going on.
You've given us various
Yeah.
solutions. Justice Kajju, you've been dismissive of this scheme. So I'm going to once again ask you, give me your grand idea as an alternative scheme. The grand big idea as an alternative scheme that you believe is better than this odd-even report.
I have already given it earlier. That
Metros.
Firstly, metro, you have to vastly increase it. So that people don't need to travel by cars. As I said, in many places, High Court judges, ministers, they travel by the underground in
So
London.
incentivize people to travel by public transport
But
by
first have the
improving
public
quality,
transport.
improving the quality of
Vastly improve it. You have to go on a crash program, not by these stunts
So you're
and,
saying just
and,
focus.
and gimmicks.
You're saying just focus on enhancing the quality of public transport
Exactly,
and
exactly.
take it to another level.
Exactly.
I think we are all in agreement with that also. Ashutosh, word from you. What is it that the Aam Aadmi Party wants to do next? What is the next big rollout that you are going to do?
It's not a question of what is the best next big rollout. The point is the holistic approach has to be taken from discouraging polluting vehicles, from discouraging diesel cars and the diesel vehicles, improving vastly, I'm again using the word vastly, the public transport system, punishing those who are polluting through the construction things, because that's again very, very important, creating a
What
corridor.
about power plants? The power plants
We have
in and
already-
around Delhi which are old and which are polluting.
Rajdeep, well, on the first day when we announced one of the 13 measures, one measure was to shut down 2 thermal plants. Out of that government order, the Vadarpur thermal plant has cut down its pollution level. Now it is within the permissible limits. That's what the government has done. Then we have to create a corridor around Delhi. For that, we have to take every neighboring states in confidence, and also the Surface Transport Department, who has been very good in terms of cooperating us. So
this will remain a part of your agenda. This
100%.
Your anti-pollution drive will be part of your agenda over the next 4 years while you are in power. Anumita, let me ask you in conclusion, as the expert in a way on this program, what do you believe is the next big idea for Delhi? Or indeed for all our cities. Let's look at all our cities.
Right.
What would you suggest?
So the next big idea is to reduce dependence on personal vehicles by scaling up integrated public transport systems, have restraints on personal vehicles through parking restraints and tax measures. Along with that, crack down on other pollution sources, but dieselization will have to be curbed. Trucks will have to be acted on. And the other pollution sources means that develop, improve your waste management so that the trash is not burnt, have good dust control systems for your construction activities, crack down on power plants, stop all coal-based power plants in the NCR region and move to natural gas, and do your action just not for the city, but take a regional approach. The entire airshed of the entire region of national air quality, the national capital region will have to be acted on. Understand that today air pollution is actually about public health emergency, and we need to build a lot more public knowledge so that people can understand and we can fire up public opinion to support hard measures. Soft options are over for the city.
Soft options are over. We need hard measures. The country and indeed large parts of this country face a public health emergency. One last time I'm going to ask this audience so that the Aam Aadmi Party knows where they stand with their voters. How many people believe that this has been a success? How many people believe the odd-even scheme has been a success? Raise your hands. That's about 60-70% believe that it has been a success. So the Aam Aadmi Party, Ashutosh, you can smile at the end of the program.
It's not a question of smiling, it's a question of taking care of your own health.
Ultimately, it's about votes or it's about health?
Rajdeep, it has been a matter of vote, we wouldn't have implemented it. Because everybody advised that don't do it because middle class will be very angry.
And I'm sure Justice Karju believes it's only about votes, right?
It is only about votes. The Aam Aadmi Party is no different from other parties. It projected itself as a different party. It has been found there is nothing else. Those who were who lifted a finger of dissent against it, the co-founders were unceremoniously kicked out because Mr. Kejriwal is a dictator. He does not tolerate dissent, and whatever he wants must be done. All right, you people celebrate. You have got the majority. But tomorrow, I can assure you, today you are cheering. Tomorrow you will be jeering.
Okay, we'll see whether tomorrow we'll be jeering. For now, I think, for now at least, just a minute. For now, it appears at least the majority opinion seems to be in support of the odd-even scheme. But obviously, much more needs to be done to make our cities pollution-free. Thank you all very much for joining us. Give them a very big hand, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you, viewers, for watching. Goodbye.
Okay, now we will shift tracks. We'll just move on from all the political news from the national capital, and let's just talk about a college in Delhi, SRCC. It's a noted college.
So, guys, do you know why he's Kukkara Kamalda? Because he's a Delhi boy.